What's up, everybody? This is going to be a part 2 of a teardown of a 50cc 4-stroke scooter. So here I'm gonna actually take the front tire off. So I had to put the front tire back on to wheel it out to the driveway here. Okay, so I'm gonna take the front tire off, and then I'm gonna take the fender off, and once I get the fender off, then I'm gonna put the front tire back on. Here's the caliper, just came off. Actually slides. Yeah, actually slides on something like that. Okay, so yeah, it slides on something like that right there. So then I'm gonna take the rear fender off. The exhaust is gonna come off. So I'm gonna try and take as much off as I can. And in the first video of me doing a teardown on this, okay, this bracket here, okay, I mentioned it in the first video. Okay, this is actually a seat bracket. Okay, so it only goes, this bracket only goes on one way. Okay, so if you put the bracket on this way, see, it doesn't fit. Okay, it hits it, see, the holes aren't lining up. Okay, this one of course did, but this one right here is not lining up, but it doesn't fit this way. So there's a U shape right here, so you flip it up, flip it over, and there you go. So the seat, actually the bucket, the seat, okay, normally I use channel lock pliers. Okay, they're adjustable. Okay, adjustable here. This is a 12 millimeter socket, okay, that fits onto the bolt. Yeah, onto the bolt. Okay, but since this has already been undone, okay, so if anybody has a 50cc 4-stroke scooter, and you need to take the tire, the tire and rim, everything off, okay, off this, it's a 12 millimeter socket. Okay, obviously with the socket wrench. Okay, so basically, and over here, so 14 millimeter socket onto a 14 millimeter nut. And for this side, okay, for this side over here, all right, turn it. Okay, for this side of the tire over here, it's a 12 millimeter socket onto a 12 millimeter bolt. So I undo the nut. Okay, all I need to do is take the shaft out. Okay, now if the bolt, okay, if the long bolt shaft, okay, is hard to get out, just tap it. Okay, just tap it, and if you look over here, okay, right here, you just have to lift it up a little bit, start pulling. It does come out hard. Okay, so you basically just hold it, keep shimmying it, keep turning it like this. Okay, and if that doesn't work, okay, and if you hammer that bolt out and it doesn't come out, it doesn't come all the way out, all right, and if it doesn't pull out all the rest of the way, you just take a short handle flat head screwdriver, keep hitting it, and then you bring it up over here. What I can try to do is lift it up here, and there we go, and it is now off. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, so now that I have the front tire off, okay, as you can tell, front tire's off. Okay, now I need to take this nut, or this bolt, and this bolt, so it should be total 2. 1, 2, and then over here there's another there's a flathead screw on this side as well as the other side. So there's a flathead screw and 2 bolts directly underneath there. So here and here, and there's also another screw like I mentioned. All right, so now I'm going to take these 2 screws out, which should be really easy to do. Okay, there's one. Now I have to take this one off. Okay, and this is what they look like. Flathead screws, big fat head, like that. And there's 2 of them. And these little things on here are little plastic, look like little plastic grommets that actually fit to keep it more secure on. Okay, now I have to take the 2 bolts that are underneath here. Those bolts are 8mm socket, long extension. Okay, I think this is a 10-inch, I believe a 10-inch long extension with a socket wrench. Okay, so right now, right there. This may be a little rough. Hold on, I gotta put the camera down. Hold on. Alright, 1. Okay, there we go. They're not really long bolts. Okay, they're not long bolts, but I have to take these 2 bolts off in order to get the fender off. Okay, this one too. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the socket wrench off. Just use this. I go up here. I do this like so. Hold it up, just I have to hold the fender up a little bit. Okay, there's 1. Sometimes it goes easy, sometimes it goes easy, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it goes hard. Okay, here is 2 8mm, 2 8mm bolts. Now, what I can do is try to take this off somehow. Okay, that's that. Sometimes when you wiggle it, that's what it looks like. There's 1. And right here, this is the speedometer cable, okay, which is attached to a, let's see if I can turn it this way. Okay, here it is, which is attached to the inside of this, okay, which is now not. Okay, got up to around there. So what I have to do, I have to follow this all the way straight up to here. Now I have to take this off. This right here is the speedometer cable. Okay, pull that straight up and out like so. Now I feed this down through, all the way down through, and right. Okay, speedometer cable. Okay, this is the this right here is the caliper bracket, which looks like they got a zip tie holding it on. So right back. Snip that right like that. That can come out now. Alright. go. Okay, now there's a tab, metal tab here and metal tab here, which goes into here and here. So it actually gets locked into place just like that. Kind of stupid, but just like that. All right, so now this right here, okay, this right here is the fender. This is part of the fender, but this one goes behind this fender. This is the front fender. This is also the rear fender, okay, but it doesn't go on the back. It does not go in the back of the bike. This just goes behind the front fender. So what I have to do is line it up like that. See, just like that, and then put a screw. Okay, so there's what it looks like. See, it's all together. See, all together. Now these bolts, this bolt fits down here. And this bolt right here fits. So, all right, so now that I have the front tire back on, okay, I didn't even tighten it all up. I just basically slid the bolt through, screwed up, put the nut on, you know, just temporarily for right now, just so I can, you know, just so I can get the scooter in and I get the scooter out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the fuel tank off, and so take take the gas cap off, this bracket off, this one right here automatically comes out, so this can actually go right over here. Okay, so so what I do is take this bracket off, gas tank off, pump harness off. So this bracket here, okay, that goes across the back of the gas tank, there's a 8mm bolt here and 8mm bolt here. I'm going to do these. Okay, there's one. And there's two right there. Okay. All right, take the gas cap off. And there's also another one right there. All right, and to take this nut off, and there's one on the other side of it over there. It's a 10mm socket, and this time I'm going to use my drill. Oh, okay, so it's a 10mm nut. Cool. Makes it so much easier doing it this way. Yep. Okay, that took care of that. And now the gas tank, if I'm not mistaken, should come right up and out like this. But now I have to disconnect the fuel line. So there's the rubber hose right here, or rubber fuel line hooks to the gas tank barb. The fuel filter that just snapped, which the other end's right there. So, and set this down in here. Now we disconnect this harness like that. And there we go. Perfectly good fuel tank. Yeah, I don't know if I can see inside of that. All right, yep, perfectly good fuel tank. Yep, look at that, just like that. Same exact identical as mine. Yep. So now what I have to do is I have to worry about getting the rear fender off and go from there. All right, so right here is I guess a metal flange with a plastic thing going over it. So watch. Okay, let's see if I do it this way. Just like that. And now there's here. So basically, oh, there we go. So this one and this one was held on with this. It's like a bracket flange, okay, with a threaded bolt onto it. Okay, that it goes into here, and now this, okay, metal bend flange here goes right directly underneath here to lock it in place.